मोदी जी ने अपने भाषण में एक दिन कहा कि हिंदुस्तान ने किसी पर आक्रमण नहीं किया। उसका कारण है क्योंकि ये देश अहिंसा का देश है, ये देश डर का देश नहीं। नफरत नफरत नफरत, असत्य सत्य असत्य।
Hello and welcome to yet another episode of One Take, and like last week, this time round also the focus is going to be on Rahul Gandhi as the LOP. What we're going to try and do now is to do a spot analysis on whether it's been a hit or a miss.
राम भगवान की जन्मभूमि ने बीजेपी को मैसेज दिया।
But before I talk about his first big speech in a motion of thanks, which had different elements, very two quick points I'm going to make about Rahul Gandhi's first two decisions as LOP and why some would see that as a miss, because the job of a leader of the opposition is not just to be the leader of his own party, which is the Congress in this case, but of course of the entire India bloc. Rahul Gandhi's push or a decision that they're going to contest for the speaker's post, however, has led to some heartburn within the India bloc, particularly that of the Trinamool Congress. The relation between the TMC and the Congress has been an extremely uneasy one. It seemed to be coming back on track recently with Mamata Banerjee congratulating Priyanka Gandhi Vadra's candidature from Wayanad, also saying I'm going to campaign for her, and the exit of Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary. And then bang on, the TMC said it was a unilateral decision of the Congress party to contest on the speaker's post. As an LOP, Rahul Gandhi just cannot do that. He has to take everyone on board. He has to reach out to them, which is why he called up Mamata Banerjee and pacified her. That's one big problem area which we saw. The second issue, of course, is that on the deputy speaker. Now, the Congress party would want K. Suresh or someone from their ranks to become the deputy speaker. TMC has started floating the name of Desh Kumar, the man who won on a Samajwadi Party ticket from Faizabad, and the TMC feels that this is the man who can send out a large message to the BJP. Now, if Rahul Gandhi is going to push for a Congress leader as the deputy speaker, not a bad call. Now, let's talk about his speech, which I'm sure by the time this episode comes out would have been thoroughly analyzed. Well, it's a mixed feeling. Personally think that the beginning was a little jarring, because one of the first things you also do as a politician is ensure that you don't give a handle to your opponent. Don't go into a territory which has usually been their strong one, or on which they can always put you on a back foot. So when he started showing pictures of Shivji, Guru Nanak, he talked about what they had said, and he also said that Hindus can be violent, but he was not talking about entire Hindus. He was talking about how Hinduism doesn't preach that. He was clearly taking an attack on the BJP. For the Prime Minister to get up repeatedly just goes on to show that this is going to be the agenda. This is going to be the point which the BJP will consistently raise against Rahul Gandhi, of being anti-Hindu, of having a mindset which labels all Hindus as being violent. Of course, the critics of this point of view and the Congress leader is always going to counter by saying, if Ram Mandir was such a big issue, then how come the Samajwadi Party has performed reasonably well in Uttar Pradesh? Why is it from Faizabad district where Ayodhya falls, over there the Samajwadi Party won and not the BJP? So it's a tu-tu meh-meh which will never find a closure.
जय संविधान। अयोध्या की जनता से जमीन छीनी गई और आज तक उन्हें मुआवजा नहीं मिला है। सत्य के साथ खड़ा होना चाहिए, सत्य से पीछे नहीं हटना चाहिए, सत्य से नहीं डरना चाहिए। अहिंसा हमारा प्रतीक है।
See, Rahul Gandhi's strong point has been when he has raised people's issues. Whether it's the Agniveer issue, though the clarification came in from the government, whether it's been the issue of price rise, unemployment, some amount of heartburn as far as the GST issue is concerned, about demonetization and so on and so forth. I personally think that when he takes up these people's issues, he does put the BJP on a bit of a back foot, which perhaps also explained why you had ministers after ministers like Rajnath Singh, Home Minister Amit Shah, leaders like Nishikant Dubey, even the Parliamentary Affairs Minister springing to their feet and attacking Rahul Gandhi, because they did not want him to walk away with the narrative or on a strong point as far as people's issues are concerned. Has Rahul Gandhi then arrived as an LOP is a question I'm asking. there is a mindset, there is a kind of a mold in which we place an LOP on, that they have to take up serious issues. To that extent, I think Rahul Gandhi has in a sense arrived, because he did take up issues which matter to the people or which could matter to the people. But on the other hand, the beginning he made, at times coming across as very flippant, is not setting into a mold of what an LOP should be. And therefore, that is that pitfall which has taken place. But if Rahul Gandhi has always been shying away from one thing, was a direct eye contact with the Prime Minister, that has finally ended. A presidential form of debate and discussion, which is what many people would challenge Rahul Gandhi. If you want to do it, talk to the Prime Minister, who's a good orator, you're not a good one. We saw that happening this time around in Lok Sabha, where you actually saw Rahul Gandhi and the Prime Minister arguing and counter-arguing with each other. In that sense, this is exactly the kind of debate which one looks forward to in the Lok Sabha. Yes, there were some personal attacks which I personally feel could have been avoided. I know the counter will always be, so what, it's going to be about what about it, the BJP does it. But you are an LOP, it's a constitutional position, you often do things which you may not want to do. Like Mr. Kharge, despite the entire India bloc boycotting the oath of the Prime Minister, turned up because he said, I have a constitutional position. So Rahul Gandhi has a constitutional position, but what we got to see today and in Lok Sabha on Monday was unprecedented. A tutu meme, or rather attack, counter-attack, rebuttal, counter-rebuttal, finally taking place between the Prime Minister and Rahul Gandhi. In that sense, it's finally clear that for the next Lok Sabha elections and from here on, it is definitely going to be PM versus Rahul Gandhi. If you were looking for any cue or indication on that, well, here was the speech where it was. Interesting to watch out for those developments. It's a mixed bag, I personally feel, as far as Rahul Gandhi's LOP is concerned. In the days to come, there may be fumbles, there may be mistakes which he makes, he falters, but certainly this has helped him to bring up that confidence to speak freely inside the Lok Sabha, and to that extent the job of the LOP has well begun as far as Rahul Gandhi is concerned. Do give me your point of view, do share your thoughts on the social media timeline, and thank you once again for watching.